welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is going to be the energy surrounding the current relationship. So we're doing a couples check-in. What's really going on here? We're going to see what their current energies are, what the energies are surrounding the connection. Where does the connection currently stand? What needs to be expressed but hasn't been? Just things like this. What is blocking deeper intimacy or growth in the connection? I just want to kind of get to like a deeper understanding here of this connection. So if this message resonates, consider subscribing, leave a comment down below. It just helps to push the message out into the algorithm so that somebody else that needs to hear this is able to receive the message. So immediately I'm getting the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Those are standing out to me. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be somebody at a distance. Communication could be an issue in this connection, but I just want to go ahead and pull cards and see what we get, you guys. So what's the current energies surrounding this connection, Spirit? What are the current energies surrounding this connection? What is Pisces' current energies surrounding the connection? What is Pisces' current energy surrounding the connection? We have the Five of Wands. Okay, so conflict here, a little conflict here. There could be some tension, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing tension, competition, competing, a competing sort of energy here. Now, what is Pisces person's energy for the couples? What is their energy surrounding the connection? Pisces person, we have the High Priestess. So they're they're trusting their intuition, I hear. Standing in a very, they could be quiet. They could be being quiet right now, is what I'm hearing. They're being quiet. You're feeling challenged. You're struggling over here, Pisces. Okay. Tell me why this person's remaining silent. They're in regret here. They're sad and disappointed. Somebody is suffering in silence, you guys. This is what I'm hearing. They're suffering in silence. Trying to trust their intuition. Why are you in this Five of Wands energy? A little deeper, Spirit. Why is Pisces in this Five of Wands energy? Some of you are struggling, feeling like you're struggling to get this off of the ground. You're feeling like you're struggling to see the long-term potential in this connection is what I'm hearing. Some of you, this is a long-distance situation, or there's distance between the connection. Some of you do not live with this person, and it's like trying to come to some sort of middle grounded place here. So it's going to be different for everybody here. But what's the overall energy surrounding the connection, Spirit? The Ace of Cups, you guys. The Ace of Cups, this is love. This is a deep emotional bond here. This is vulnerability. Water energy, you guys. Some of you could have met this person during the summertime, specifically. Some of you, this is about children. Some of you, this is about children. If it's not about children, it's about the opening up, being vulnerable. So the overall energy surrounding this connection is an overflowing of emotions. It's a very emotional connection is what I hear. Some of you, children, specifically I heard. Okay, so where does this relationship currently stand, Spirit? The energetic, emotional weather of the relationship. Is there harmony, tension, connection, stagnation? We have the Justice card here. Some of you are considering divorce. I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of you are considering divorce. Some of you could be divorced and still dealing with this person, still in a relationship, or some of you are just questioning divorce or questioning a separation here, or questioning, you know, it's very interesting I hear though, because if this is children specifically, I do hear that it's almost like feeling punished, right? Because it's like, this is somebody that I know I want to be with, and I just feel like I'm not going to have that with this person. So it's like a question mark surrounding whether this should continue or not. Some of you are truly struggling with the long-term potential of this relationship. And divorce could be on the table here. We could be questioning divorce, or this could have already passed, or this could be coming up in the near future. Take it how it resonates. It seems like I just hear, and for those of you who are not considering children, that's not your story. I just hear that this is a very emotional connection. I mean, there is a bond here, an undeniable bond here, you guys. And so it almost feels like, gosh, you know, it's still a feeling of punishment, because it's like, I really feel like this is, you know, this is somebody that I really want, you know. This is somebody I really, really want. I'm struggling to see the long-term potential here. Some of you guys are struggling to get this person to open up, because I do see them sitting in a very silent, quiet energy, right? And feeling a sense of sadness or disappointment, or feeling that they are letting you down here. They're trying to trust their intuition, is what I hear. This person could struggle to open up, struggle to express the way that they feel, struggling with this, you know. But it's more of a silent internal struggle. Or do you see what I'm saying here? It's like they're suffering in silence. They don't want to, it's almost like they're not wanting to speak too soon, I hear. Or it's like they're just trying to trust their intuition here. They could struggle with that, you know. And it's like, gosh, you know, why? Why did this happen? You know, I'm just hearing why, right? Why? Okay. Tell me more about the Justice card, Spirit. We have the Hierophant. Yeah, you guys are committed. There could be differences in spirituality, differences in religions, differences in belief systems, differences with family. You know, the things that you guys are wanting, questioning whether or not that this is part of your spiritual path, or this is a divine union, you guys. Some of you are questioning the integrity of this relationship, or how, you know, how far is this going to go? Like, I'm struggling with this to see the long-term potential in this, because maybe you guys have differences in belief systems or different wants in life, right? This person knows that ultimately, if that's the case, that they are disappointing you, because maybe it's like two different people from two different walks of life and different wants, you know, but knowing that this is an emotional connection, and I love this person, right? Yeah. But I also see higher levels of commitment here. I see, you know, feeling like if I choose to stay with this person, I may miss out on things in life that I actually want, you know, things that I believe in, things, you know, I may miss out on that. And so I feel like there is, what's being called into question is the integrity of the relationship, the knowing that you're committed to each other and choosing to stay committed despite the differences here, because I feel like there are quite the differences is what I'm hearing. There's some pretty large differences here that I feel like are coming in between the connection. This person could just be non-expressive, non-emotional, you know, and it's like that's very hard for you. Some of you are questioning, you know, the long-term potential, because it's like, if I'm never going to know how this person actually feels about me, you know, if you're going to stay in silent mode forever, like I need to hear how you feel, you know. I need, you know, Pisces is very, very expressive, you know, a very expressive sign. You could be dealing with somebody who is less expressive, but they are telling you that they know that they're disappointing you in some way, or they regret the fact that they don't trust their intuition, or that they don't know how to open up and express the way that they're feeling, right? There's a sense of sadness and disappointment surrounding this. I see two people that want to be together, but there's differences here, major differences that could come in between the connection. Okay. What needs to be expressed, Spirit, but hasn't been? What unspoken truths, suppressed feelings, or silent resentments are lingering here? We have the Queen of Cups. I'm telling you guys, this I'm getting mother energy, caretaker energy. So this could be somebody who, I'm just seeing somebody who's like amazing with children, but perhaps maybe doesn't want children, or somebody is desiring children here. So do you see this Queen of Cups? She's holding a cup here. So this is indicative of relationships, okay? She's also very expressive. She's nurturing and caring, okay? Because she's the feminine aspect in the suit, okay? Male or female. So somebody, it seems like, wants children, the other person may not. Somebody could be work in daycare specifically, or have a very caring, empathic, intuitive energy. And this is how they express their care. There's also somebody here, if this is not your story, it is what needs to be expressed is the way that somebody's actually feeling, and showing that in their, you know, there could be two different love languages here. okay? Somebody could be quite codependent on the other as well, and so they struggle with that. But I just get this, you know, I'll be out in a minute.
I need to just well quick. Why the tea now? I wouldn't have some tea.
I'll get you some tea. You have a cup of tea out there.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I'm not.
You just don't want that cup. Okay, so, but yeah, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here, is that it's about emotional expression and feeling like they're lacking somewhere in the area of emotional expression, or perhaps children, you guys. That's what I'm getting here. So what is blocking deeper intimacy or growth in this connection? Is it fears, past traumas, external stress, emotional detachment? What's going on here? Yeah, I do feel like somebody is avoiding their emotions. I feel like somebody is avoiding... Wow, that's interesting. Very strong energy here. I heard somebody's trying to avoid filling a void. I don't want to do things mindlessly or do things just to fill a void is what I'm hearing. So if this is children, I feel like somebody doesn't want to do something with the intention of filling a void here. So that could be something that is unspoken or an unspoken truth surrounding this person, because they know that they are disappointing you in some way, shape, or form here. I do hear that somebody is, you know, trying to avoid filling a void. They know that there's a part of themselves that is a little empty here. I don't think it has anything to do with you or this relationship. It's more personal than that. I feel like there's past baggage here, and it's like, I don't want to do anything that is going to be just a void filler, right? Like, and if that includes having children, I know that that would make you the most happiest, you know, this is what you want, but I don't want to do something that just to fill a void, right? Because ultimately, like, we're not fixing what's wrong with me, or whatever this person feels like is wrong. They could feel like they have something wrong with them, you guys. Why don't I want children? Why don't I, you know, why at this point in my life with this partner that I love so much, right? Because there's a recognition of knowing, like, this is my person. I think you both are aware of that, but a sense of disappointment in what you could end up with, right? It's like, gosh, knowing that they're disappointing you, knowing that you're their person, knowing that, why don't I want this with, you know, it has nothing to do with you, because you're my person, you know, you are who I want to be with, but maybe that doesn't, they feel like that doesn't align with their, you know, what they believe in, or the life that they want to have, or something along these lines, right? Because I do feel like there's clashes here, right? Clashes, because I hear that there's, you know, possible resentment here, anger, or, you know, just feeling like you're constantly struggling, right? Struggling to see like the long-term potential here, or, you know, some of you feel like, you know, I've been with this person and I feel like I've gained, there's like very little substance behind it. Like, it's not materializing in the way that I want it to, or it's not manifesting in the way that I want it to, right? Like, at this point in our relationship, right? Like, why don't you want children with me? Why don't you want to, you know, buy a house together? Like, this could be somebody who would prefer to stay in an apartment, right? Versus like buying a house together. Like, and I don't think it has anything to do with you specifically. It's just something to do with this person's, like, what they're wanting in life. And I feel like maybe it doesn't align with them in some way. But knowing, like, why, like, they're questioning themselves, like, right, like, why, this is my person, you know? I feel a strong soulmate connection with this person. I feel like I've known this person forever, you know? Some of you have a long history, but I also see children here. So, and it's like, why don't I want that? You know, they do question that, and they know they're disappointing you, and they're trying to trust their intuition, and it's like they don't want to say anything that is going to disappoint you even more, and that's why I hear that this person is staying silent. That's why I see a silent energy coming off this person. Because they know that there's a deeper issue here. It's not just the fact that, you know, I don't want children. It's that I don't want to do things to fill a void. I know that there's something within me, you know, that I need to work on. It's my own spiritual journey, right? And it's like, I don't want to have children just to fill a void, right? I want to actually fix, maybe this person has depression. Maybe this person has, you know, feels like a loner in some way. Maybe they have, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I don't want to do anything to fill a void. That's all I'm hearing. They know that there's something deeper here to why, you know, they quote unquote don't want this, but they do feel like, yeah, I'm disappointing you because I know that that's what you want. And I don't want to say anything else at this point that's going to cause more disappointment in the person that I love so much, you know? Some of you are struggling because you feel like this person doesn't really care. They're showing very little interest in this, in the connection, in the growth of this connection. It's like, you're not showing me that you want this, right? If you don't want children, you don't want to move in together, you don't want to expand and grow. Like, so I'm struggling with this, right? Some of you are angry at the lack of growth here, or the lack of, you know, wanting to move in together, or wanting to take things to the next step here with the Three of Wands that I initially saw, right? Maybe you think they don't care with this Page of Pentacles energy. This is like, maybe it's procrastination. I'm trying to figure this out. Do you not care? Are you procrastinating? Like, do you not see long term here? Like, what is the reasoning? And that's the energy that I'm getting. If it's not that, because it feels heavy in that energy, like the growth, the expansion. How are we extending here? Like, I want to extend and possibly buy a house together and move away, get out of this apartment. I want to just move in together in general, right? Like, I want to be with my person, or maybe I want children. I want to take things to the next level here. And it seems like this person's not in line with you on that energy. And I don't feel like it's because they don't want it. I feel like they just know that they don't want to fill a void. And a part of them feels like by doing these things that they would ultimately just be filling a void. And it's like, it's an endless, there's no way to fill that, right? Like, we can do things, you know, we can obtain things, you know, things like this, but ultimately, like, it's just a void filler, right? It doesn't get to the root of the issue here. And I do feel like there are differences when it comes to moral values and, you know, belief systems, and maybe spirituality or religious beliefs, or just, you know, there's differences. And some of you are like, man, I really feel like I'm being punished in this aspect, and questioning whether you should just end things here, or, you know, struggling to find the motivation to be able to move forward, right? Because it's like, I feel like I'm being punished in some way. I may end up not getting what I want out of this, even though I love the hell out of this person, right? I may not get what I want. I may not get children. I may not get to buy a house with this person. Maybe they just would rather travel, you know, than settle down somewhere. Like, there's just differences here. And I might have to settle, and I don't want to settle here. I'm angry because I feel like I'm settling for less, right? That's what I'm getting out of you, Pisces. And then there's also an energy of feeling like this person's not really expressing their heart to you, or showing you giving what you need in a nurturing or emotional aspect as well. They could be quite non-emotional. I feel like it does surround something to do with this person's past, something that they're still trying to work through, past traumas that they're still trying to work through, that they struggle to open up. And it's like, I don't want to disappoint you anymore, so I should just stop talking. I should just be quiet, you know? That's the energy I'm getting. I'm trying to trust my intuition here. I know that every time I say something to you, it's disappointing to you. They don't want to disappoint you anymore. That's what I'm hearing. So, what hasn't this person said, if anything? What is this person holding back? What have they not said to Pisces? Other than everything that I just said, because I felt like that was pretty deep, and you may not know this. What have they not said? What have they not said? That they don't know, that they don't really know truly what it is that they want, and they're still trying to figure that out, and they don't want to disappoint you. They don't want you to think that they don't want to be with you because they haven't gotten it figured out. And I do feel like some of you feel like at this point in our relationship, like, we should have it figured out, or we should have a plan here, right? Of what growth looks like, what the long-term goals are, like, where are we going here? you know, and it's like that what they haven't said is that they don't fully know. I don't think it's a question mark surrounding you, because they know that they want you in their life. They just don't know what they want in their life. I'm getting the vibe of like somebody who is very like carefree, Aries energy, somebody who's very like live in the moment, you know, they not much of a planner in that aspect, like whatever comes, you know, but there is an energy of like, this person does have some sort of past traumas or something, a past life imprint in some sense that they haven't worked fully through here. Could have to do with childhood, could have literally to do with the past life. And it's like they are questioning, like, I don't actually know they think there's something wrong with them, is what I'm hearing. Because it's like, yeah, why at this point don't think that they haven't questioned themselves on this, is what I'm hearing. Because they have thought about this, you know, they don't actually know. And maybe this is why they're not fully giving you an answer. And they know that by not giving you an answer, this is very disappointing, because some of you could question this. There could be, you know, or you feel like you're struggling to find substance in this person, right? Or struggling to find like whatever you're telling me, it doesn't really even seem like it's that like big of a deal. Like, so I don't understand. And I don't understand like why you wouldn't want to move in, or why you wouldn't want to have children, or why you can't just open up to me, right? And because and maybe what they've given you lacks substance, right? It seems like small things that aren't really that important, that, you know what I mean? Like, that's such a small thing. Why would you stop yourself from moving in with the love of your life if over that, you know? Or why would you stop yourself from having children over that small thing, right? That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. So it almost comes off like maybe you just don't want it. Maybe you just don't want it. I'm struggling with this. You can't open up to me over that. They haven't told you everything, and they don't fully